Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to introduce a HTML tag that is extensively used to group up similar contents in a container. So the HTML tag element is called the div, D-I-V, which means division, or also can means a section of your logical units. So for example, in this demo, I'm going to group up the first paragraph title and also the first paragraph together in a single unit, in a single container, or you call in a single section, and then give corresponding background color. Also the same for the second paragraph and also for the third paragraph. So to do this, let's go back to our HTML file. We should have an HTML file looks like this. So the thing we want to do is to group up this part, just a sec, group up this part in a group, this part in the second group, and this part in the third group, right? To do this, we add a div HTML tag, comes in pairs. So let's do div. So now you can see I already have a 3 pair of div covering 3 different sections, 3 different paragraphs. So after we save it, if we go back to our HTML, if we hit refresh or drag the new one into the browser, we can see there are nothing different because a div is only an invisible container that wrap up the whole thing you want to group. Add no visual effect to the whole thing. So after this, although you cannot see the difference from the website, there are some difference. These two already grouped together. So let me show you how we can see it. Let's say if we come back to the div, we add an HTML attribute called a style, add a background with red. So this HTML attribute called a style, which is a CSS, and I will teach you very soon in the second section. So you don't have to worry, as I said. You just copy and paste it. After we save the style in the div tag, you can immediately see the red background covers both the H3 and also the P tag, which are grouped in the same div. So if we do the same thing, if we do similar thing to the other div, like if this one is background yellow, this one is background green, we save it, come back, refresh, we can see it has the same effect to group the title and also the paragraph. So we can do some experiment. For example, if we want to group up this section and this section in the same div or in the same separate section, we can delete these 2 lines, and you can see now a single div covering 4 elements, 4 different lines. And then I give a background color red. If we save it and then go back, hit refresh, we can see it actually grouped the whole thing in one group. So this is how a div can group up the logical unit, and is extensively used because a programmer want to divide things neatly. So for more applicable use, we can group up things like headings and this part. we can group up this part or even this part until the end of table. We can also group it. But just remember one thing, when you add a div, most of the time you don't see any visual effect. But under the hood, you actually make things more neat and more detailed as a programmer perspective. So hope this helped, and hope you enjoy HTML part, and see you in the next video, which is the summary of the HTML section. See you.